Hi guys, this is Karina. Thank you for purchasing template 22. So today we're going to make our small rose using our template 22. So template 22, you're going to get two different size, well not two different size petals, but two petals. One for your inner rose and then the outer layers of your rose. This rose does measure around 10 inches. So here is an example of what your rose would look like. Now you obviously can add more petals going around. It's all in your preference how you want it to look, okay? And now this rose is meant to be, I guess you would say, kind of wrinkly, like with the petals kind of curled in. So that's kind of the look that we are going for with this rose. So what you will need today is a hot glue gun, pencil and paper obviously to trace your petals. Now for time purposes, I have already prepped my petals. So let me tell you what you're going to need. So for your inner part of your rose, you're going to need 8. So go ahead and cut out 8 of these. And to prep these, all you're going to do is once you have them all cut, grab something to curl with. You can use wooden dowels. If you watched my previous videos, I like to use my spaghetti utensil. So really anything that will help you to curl. And all you're going to do, what I like to do is just give both ends kind of an inward curl. That's just going to help you better when you're working with your inner rose. Okay, so you will need, I'm sorry, you will not need 8. You will need 12 of these because I like to do 3 layers. Now for your extra small rose, which essentially is the same petal but it's 5 inches, but that's template 21. It's exactly the same way how you construct the rose, but for the inner rose part, I like to use only 8 of these. And for this one, since I like it a little bit more fuller for the inner part of the rose, I like to use 12. So go ahead and trace and cut 12 of these. For your petals, which is your second template petal, you will need 20. I like to do 5 layers. Obviously, it's up to your preference. But for today, I'm going to do, we'll see how it goes, but typically I do 20, or you can do 16 sometimes. I believe this one has 16 and this one has 20. So really it all depends on your preference, how you want your rose to look. So let's get started. You're gonna get 4. Start with 4. And then what you're going to do is add some glue. So you're kind of making like a dog bone. And then center, add glue. You're going to glue the next one. Glue center. So this is what you should have. Now what I like to do is just kind of give them a fold to create that square. Okay, now what you're going to do is opposite ends. So do you see right here? So not the top ones that we just layered. We want the ones that we first lay down. We're going to grab those and you're going to cross them. Kind of make like a cone, up to your preference how you want this, you know, wide. And then you're just going to get your glue gun. Add some glue. Some glue. Okay. Now go up opposite end, add some glue to the sides. Now what I like to do here is first wrap one side, press down for a few seconds, and then wrap the other end, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. Opposite ends. I like to grab one side first and go to the next. Again, up to you too, spacing wise, how you want this spaced. Really, it just takes practice and all, depending what you like. So there's the first one. Grab your next 4. Same thing, what we did with the first floor. Make your dog bone. And lay the next two. Okay, just like that. Grab your glue gun, add some glue to the bottom, and now we're going to place it in the center. Just like that. Okay, so now what you're going to do is grab an end. Really doesn't matter. I'm going to go with this end. I'm going to glue the sides. Once I do this side, I'm going to go to the next one. So I'm just going to go around. A few seconds. Now here you are dealing with hot glue, Sue. So your fingers will burn. Alright, so that's what we should have right now, what you should have. And now just get your last four. And do the same thing. Now remember what I said for the extra small template 21, if you have purchased that one, I just do 2, so 8 petals I would use. So I would stop right here for the extra small. But because this is the small rose, I just like it a little bit more fuller. And then just add some glue. Place it in the center. Same thing, grab a side. Turn it. Alright, last one. And voila. That's what you should have. Is your inner part of your rose. Okay, now that we have completed that, now what you're going to do to prep your other petals, remember I said to do 20, so this is what it should look like. Now you'll need something to curl with. I'm going to grab my wooden dowel. And then what I like to do is, because I see how it's kind of curled in like that, so what we're going to do is I like to give both opposite ends a curl, but then I like to go on the top too. So you're basically rounding it, if that makes sense, because that's the look that we want for this rose. So just make sure that you give it a curl all around, okay? So then now what you're going to do is we're going to add some glue. Now you want to make sure you're adding the glue to this side, not this side, okay? Because we want it curled inward. No, outward, right? Yeah. So now pick a side, lay it flat, just like that. So that's what it should look like. Okay, and I just add a tiny bit of glue on the sides. Now don't go all the way up. It's just enough to pinch it. I'm gonna pinch it. And then I'm going to go to the sides. And this is what we want it to do. Do you see how when I did that, these petals kind of went back? That's exactly what we want to do. And then use your fingers and kind of just play with it. And there you go. Now grab another one. Same thing, opposite end. We're going to go to this side now. Add some glue. pinch. Oh, this one didn't. There we go. And just hold for a bit on the sides to make sure that it's adhering. There we go. Okay, now you grab another one. So remember, we want it, make sure you give it a good curl. I'm gonna add some glue. Now we're gonna go to the other end. Just like that. Some glue. And pinch. Okay. Grab another petal. Now we just gotta go to the next opposite side. Apologies, my Instagram. Just gonna press down. All right, that's what you should have. All depending to how open you want this. Again, all in your preference. Now, grab the next 4. You need 4 more petals. So again, make sure you give these babies a good curl. Now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna go to the corner. So we're gonna add some glue, just like that. And then find yourself a corner. You're gonna line it up in the middle. Do you see that? We wanna stop right here. And just press down. Because what we want it to do is go in between just like that. And then, just again, just add some glue to the ends like that. Just be very careful though, because you can get burnt. Like I feel it now, it's hot. And then just press the 2 ends. And just hold it for a few seconds. Right? Just play with it. Now, you will get, do you see how like these little extra spare little parts that are dangling? You can cut those if you want with your scissors. Just like that. You want more of a clean look. Right. The next one. Go to the next corner. Place it in the middle. Okay. Those fingers to curl those ends. There you go, that's the second one. So essentially this is pretty much what we're going to be doing to the rest of the petals. So next corner. Just like that. You want to make sure too that when I like to do this, just to make sure that it is going to go in between those first set of petals we did. Now, I would suggest for this rose, because it's, I guess, meant to be kind of like that wrinkly kind of look, to go with the 65-pound cardstock weight, maybe even less, because the thicker the cardstock, the more difficulty you will have to roll those petals. Okay, so I would suggest 65-pound cardstock, even 67 would work well, maybe even 80, but anything over that, I don't think it would necessarily give it the same effect. Now that you have your other four, we're gonna go ahead and do another layer in between, okay? And same thing, just glue. Now we're gonna go in between, okay? So right here, add your petal, and then same thing, add your glue. All right. Now I am gonna fast forward this part because essentially it's just same steps, guys. You know, just going the opposite ends, putting glue, and then gluing them, okay? So I will fast forward this part, but you know, keep on watching.